Hey, how's it going? I'm the only Cody that has never snowboarded before. Definitely not my vibe. Yeah, just, never been up. Anyways, it's cool to be in Surrey. Last time I was in this neighborhood, actually, I was here for a bachelor party. And it was weird because, I didn't know any of the guys in this bachelor party. So I'm like, what's the vibe, I'm like, is it gonna be hookers and blow, or are we playing Pokemon? What are we doing? What's going on? Actually, it turned out to be a really awesome night. It was a lot of fun. Everybody went to bed early, and I did acid. It was great. Best night of my life. I just did acid and watched movies. That's kind of my jam. I really like movies. I know, unique, right? But one thing that really bothers me about movies is fat people in them just make me feel worse about myself. Because a fat person in a movie, the trope is that they'll have stashes of candy everywhere, in their office or their home. And I can't relate to that at all. Because if I have candy, it's gone. You know what I mean? If I go to the store and I'm buying candy, I'm eating that in my car. You know what I mean? A stash, that's crazy. I have a stash of wrappers, but that's about it. I'd rather see that in a movie. That'd be more relatable. Just oh, time. Oh, right, of course. That's basically me every day at 2 o'clock. I was unemployed for most of this year, right? I was having a hard time finding a job, and I was trying to find something where nobody would yell at me, I don't like being yelled at. One time I was in this job interview, and they're like, "What's your weakness?" And I'm like, "I'm kind of emotional." And they're like, "Oh yeah, what if we yelled at you?" And I was like, "Please don't." I was trying to figure out a service industry job where nobody could ever freak out at you or lose their shit. And I think the only one that exists is working at a weed dispensary. And I've never seen anybody just storm in there and be like, "Hey, that shit you sold me was skunk, man. Let me speak to your manager. You said that was gonna be dankety dank." You know what I mean? How can you get mad at the weed strains? They all have stupid names, right? They're all so silly. Everything's called bop, shibbity doo wop, yeah. Deep cut Hanson reference, thank you. I just recently got a new job, and I'm working as a beer delivery guy. And it's really cool, and it's funny because everywhere I go, everybody's so happy to see me, I just show up somewhere and I feel like a bigger hero than a police officer. Everybody's so stoked. I'll be driving, men are flashing their boobs. I'm like, sick. It's honestly my first blue collar job I've ever had. So I came home and I was showing my wife my hands. I'm like, there's some weird thing on my hands. I can't get it off. I don't know what it is. And she takes a look and she's like, "Yo, that's a callus." She's like, "You're 30, you've never had a callus before?" Yeah. When I was in high school, my dad would grab my hands and be like, "They're too soft, go dig a hole." Yeah. My wife's cool, she's really sweet. I realize I don't actually know what she does for a living. Yeah, I was at a dinner party and I overheard her explain her job to somebody, and I was like, "That's what you do?" I've been telling people you've been pulling people out of the Ukraine. She's like, "What do you think I did?" I'm like, "I don't know, I thought you were a war hero that worked from home." Yeah. I would tell you what she does, but I forgot.